Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Isophit Q&A. I'm your host, Brad Thorpe. So today's question is, what are the associated risks of performing isometrics? Well, let's be honest. The top three risks are you're going to look good, you're going to feel good, and you're going to function good. Exactly, those are the top three risks of doing Isophit, because it's going to transform your body rapidly. Now, there are truly some risks associated with doing isometrics. If you hold your breath and create what's called a Valsalva maneuver, right? What can happen is you can increase the blood pressure and cut off blood supply to your brain, increasing the risk of having a cerebrovascular incident, i.e. a stroke. Want to know how you resolve that? Don't hold your breath, right? So a lot of the history associated with isometrics was that it elevated your blood pressure when doing isometrics. So they used it as a they stated it was contraindicated for individuals with hypertension and high blood pressure. That has subsequently been debunked since 1969. So the simple fact that you might be hearing it for the first time here today is truly, truly unfortunate. So one of the risks, higher blood pressure if you hold your breath. The response to that is simply just breathe. Now, you'll have some purists say that while the rib cage is expanding and collapsing through inhalation and exhalation, so therefore it is not truly an isometric because there is change in length of muscle tissue. Fine, we concede, you're right. It's a pseudo-isometric, but the principles are still there. There's not much joint motion occurring. Now, one of the other risks that if you sort of Google it to go look for this stuff, well, if you do sustained isometrics for long periods of time, let's say like 5 minutes or greater, where you're doing like a flexed arm hang or something to that effect, one of the things they did notice was there was an increase in inflammatory response associated with your tendon structure. So another way around that, don't do 5-minute holds. Be smart about this stuff. You can progress isometrics from hundreds of seconds all the way up to minutes, but progress appropriately. Stay within what is beneficial for you guys and not worried about impressing the people around you. Now, also, if you look at calisthenics and body weight style exercises, well, there gets to be a little bit more risk associated with that if you want to put that in the category of isometric training. So be mindful, stay within what you guys are capable of and progress appropriately. Don't do too much, don't try too hard. Isometrics are significantly different than dynamic movement. The loads are different. Now, the benefit of that is if you're pressing into something that's an immovable object, it's got what's called force matching technology. As you sort of fatigue, it will start to ramp down. So your perceived exertion can go up, the risk goes down. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow for another episode of Isophit Q&A.